Hello all you magnificent people, Durbo the Magnificent here, and today I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant. Now, if you've seen the video title, which you clicked on the video so you have, you already know what this is about. So, before I get started, I would like to say, if you are a Widow main, or if you play Widowmaker, or if you like Widowmaker in any way, shape, or form, please just sit this one out. Please just go find another video and go watch that, because the things I'm going to say in this video will probably make you angry. I'm going to try and not get too angry and avoid insulting people who play Widow. I'm gonna try. I slipped up the first few times I tried to record this. Sorry, this is the second attempt at recording this. I slipped up the first time quite a few times. So I'm gonna try a lot harder this time to not insult Widow mains. But, so, like, people watch videos for entertainment, and honestly, I don't really, at least that's why I watch videos, and honestly, I don't think getting angry is terribly entertaining. So, if you think that this video is going to be something that's going to make you angry, please do both of us a favor and just go find a better video to watch. I mean, now that I've said that, you're just gonna watch the video anyway and write angry comments and stuff like that. But whatever, you know, that's what I get for making this video. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the hero training range, practice range, and start the rant. So the topic of this rant, if you somehow couldn't tell from the video title, is I hate Widow. I highly despise Widowmaker. It's just, everything about Widowmaker is awful. I just can't stand her. Character-wise, she's just abysmal. She's a terrifying psychopath with the only defining characteristic of killing makes her happy, and that's just awful. Perhaps she has some sort of backstory with a dead husband or something, but I don't know, because friggin' Blizzard's just drip-feeding us lore at this point, so we'll never know until, like, 2025 or something. But I also just hate her kit. Now, in this video, I'm going to be comparing Widowmaker to Hanzo. In my opinion, Hanzo is a more fair sniper, the more fair sniper of the two snipers. Yes, I know Anna is technically classified as a sniper, but she does jack all of her damage, and doesn't really do the same job at all, so I'm not going to be throwing her into the comparison. So, yeah, just going to be comparing Hanzo and Widowmaker. Hanzo, I feel, is a much more fair sniper. Yes, I know Scatter Arrow exists, we'll talk about that. But, before we get on to comparisons and stuff like that, I will just show you each of the hero's kits if you don't know. She has a sniper rifle that, when you're not scoped, is a machine gun. So, it just, you know, does machine gun damage. I'm pretty sure it does slightly less damage than Soldier 76 rifle. It just has, as you can see, pretty terrible accuracy. So it's really only good at close range. It's kind of, it's almost a shotgun. It's like a rapid-fire shotgun. Just think of it like that. But then if you hold right-click, it's a sniper rifle, which you can then put the crosshair on the head and kill a dude. So yeah, that's her main weapon. Now I'm basically only going to be comparing the main weapons, because that's really what pisses me off about Widowmaker, but I'll just go ahead and show the rest of her kit. So she also has this grapple hook that allows her to instantaneously escape from any sort of danger that she may accidentally find herself in, because Widow thrives when she's not in danger, so, but we'll get to that in a sec. She also has a trip mine that when it explodes, it does 75 damage over time to... Shut your... yeah, so that does 75 damage over time to these people, yeah. And then she has her ultimate, which lets her see enemies through walls no matter where they are on the entire map for about 10 to 12 seconds. By the way, I thought I should also mention, takes about... So Hanzo's kit is... Here's his main weapon. You know how Widowmaker has a machine gun and also a sniper? Well, Hanzo, he just has a bow. That's it. That's all he can do. The charge time, I'm pretty sure, is identical to charge up his shot fully, so that it does the exact same amount of damage as a fully charged Widow headshot and all that, you know. It might be slightly faster, honestly. Like, here's a side-by-side, I guess. You know, that's pretty much the same speed. I'm assuming that Hanzo's is slightly faster. Honestly, it better be slightly faster. And then the rest of Hanzo's kit is he has a sonic arrow, which lets him see enemies through walls in a small area, but he can use it much more often than Widow's ultimate. So, honestly, it's basically the same thing when used correctly. And then he has the scatter arrow, which, what that does, if you don't know, is it turns your arrow into a scatter arrow, and when you fire it at a surface, whatever it hits, it will multiply into, I don't know, about 6 arrows. 6 other arrows. And they do the full damage of a regular arrow. And I'm aware that the scatter arrow is horrendously broken and super easy to use. You just aim vaguely at the enemy's feet and shoot it, and they'll die. That's all it takes. So, that's Hanzo's kit. So now we will move on to the amount of effort that it takes for each sniper to get a kill. So, here's how Widowmaker works. Step 1, right click. Step 2, place crosshair on head. Step 3, left click. That's it. That's all Widowmaker has to do, and she can do that from anywhere. As long as she has line of sight, she will instantly kill the person that she hits, as long as they have 300 health or less. Bastion is excluded because he has a bit of armor, so I'm pretty sure Widowmaker cannot one-shot a Bastion, but she can get pretty damn near close. And also, if she somehow fails to get a fully charged shot off, like I'm gonna try and fail here, then she can just, like, spam a few shots to just finish it off. Doesn't matter how far away it is, she can always do that. That's it. That's all it takes. And then there's Hanzo. So this is how much effort it takes for Hanzo. Step 1, left click. Step 2, judge how far away the enemy is so that you can properly account for projectile drop-off, because Hanzo's arrows are not hit scan. They don't just appear at wherever the target is. You have to figure out how far away they are, and judge how far away they are, and then fire an arrow based on how far away they are in order to kill them, right? But that's not all. Then there's a third step. You have to then observe your enemy and predict where they're going to be moving, because they're not hit scan. The projectiles have actual travel time. They don't, like I said, they don't just appear wherever you click. So, after that, then you can release the mouse button and get a kill. It does the exact same amount of damage, and despite what Hanzo just said, it is not too easy. That is a hell of a lot harder than getting headshots with Widow. This is my main point for the video. Widow takes so much less skill than Hanzo. I've just made a lot of people very angry. But in my opinion, that is 100% the truth. So now on to the thing that really, really frustrates me about Widowmaker. Widowmaker can insta-kill people. And she can do it from any freaking distance. She can stand 1,000,000 miles away and just insta-kill people. She can insta-kill, like, almost more than half of the characters in this game. That's a little dumb, don't you think? Just a little dumb. Hanzo, yes, Hanzo can technically do that, but it's so much more unreliable. So, person standing up close, easy shot, you know? And then there's a person 1,000,000 miles away in that direction. Just as easy a shot. It's no harder. No matter what the distance, as long as there is line of sight, you can kill them. There's just, adding range makes it slightly more difficult because the head hitbox is, you know, well, I mean, it's the same size, but it's farther away, so, you know, it's slightly harder, but really not much harder. Meanwhile, Hanzo, the farther away they are, the more the arrow is going to drop, and the more the more they have to predict the enemy player's movement, to where it just requires a ridiculous amount of skill. With Widowmaker, point, click, dead, that's it. Oh, not dead, let's just spam a few non-charged shots and just instantly kill them. Hanzo can't do that. Hanzo can just flick off shots, yeah, but they don't go anywhere, is the thing. So for Hanzo to be able to effectively do his job, he actually has to put himself in the line of fire. He actually has to put himself in harm's way. He's got to actually try. He's got to get in to a medium range and actually fight. You know, he's got to actually, like, move around and dodge stuff and do all sorts of stuff. Meanwhile, Widowmaker can stand 1,000,000 miles away, just so far from any sort of danger. Just stand completely still, don't have to worry about anything in the world, and just team wipe. I cannot tell you how many times I've seen Widowmakers just get play of the games because of how fast she can get these headshots off and just how reliable and easy it is. It's just so
Next.
infuriating, and there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing you can do about a Widowmaker who's a million miles away is get another better Widowmaker. That's it. That's all you can do. Yeah, maybe you can send a D.Va, a Winston, or a Genji to jump her, but then she could just escape. Just like that. It's so instantaneous. That was a very small gap. She can travel stupid distances to get away from things like that. Yes, the hook has a decently long cooldown, so, you know, if you catch her while it's on cooldown, then she's pretty much screwed. But she's got a machine gun up close. Hanzo doesn't have that crap. You know what Hanzo has? He can climb walls. So maybe he could sprint over to this edge, climb up that wall, and maybe escape. By that time, the other person's probably killed him. Widowmaker, just instant, boom. Just, why? Why is that a thing? Every gosh dang Widowmaker is just a freaking coward. It just infuriates me so much. The Reinhardt line, whenever he notices that there's a sniper, I'm pretty sure he says the same thing with a Hanzo or whatever, but his line is,
"Sniper, fight toe-to-toe, you coward!"
And that really just captures it perfectly for me. Is just, I know I'm being a complete idiot trying to bring honor into a video game or something like that, but freaking, I hate the cowardly playstyle of Widowmaker, because she does her job best a million miles away from any sort of danger, without any sort of threat. It's just dumb, and I can't stand it. So, I guess I'm finished with that. I have just called many people cowards, which, honestly, they probably don't care. Nobody gives a dang about being a coward these days, or honor, or any sort of bullcrap like that these days. Who gives a dang about that? So, you know, whatever. Perhaps people won't get too mad about that. I can only hope. So, now that I'm done just ranting about how much I hate Widowmaker, I will now propose ways to fix Widowmaker, short of just removing her from the game. Because, yes, I'm aware that freaking removing Widow from the game is a horrific idea, and, like, even I know that you can't just remove a character from the game. But here's how I propose to fix Widowmaker. Now, I have two options. I would prefer that both of them are done, but one or the other works. Now, I know I'm saying these like I am some sort of authority figure here. Nobody knows who I am. Nobody's even going to see this video. It's not like a developer is going to watch this or anything like that and go, "Whoa, wow, this guy's opinions really matter because he's like a high-level competitive player or something." No, I don't even play competitive. I have basically no voice here whatsoever. I'm not even sure why I'm making this video, other than I just really hate Widow. So, what I would change about Widow is her charge time, first off. You see how fast it takes, like, just how short of a time it takes to freaking get a fully charged shot? That's far too short. Let's compare it to, like, Sniper from Team Fortress 2. His charge shot in comparison, yeah, I know, it's Team Fortress 2 is a totally different game and crap like that, but, like, he's the same sort of thing as Widowmaker. A sniper is supposed to be able to, like, sit really far away and, like, be careful and think about shots and take carefully planned shots in order to take out key targets, right? Widowmaker doesn't have to do that. She doesn't have to think about her shots. She just has to just aim down the sights and just click. And she could just do it so quickly and eliminate whole teams in seconds. Sniper can't do that because he actually takes time to charge up his shot. He's what a sniper should be. He's slow and methodical and takes out key targets. Widowmaker doesn't have to do that. Widowmaker can just instantly, boom, dead, that's it. So I propose that we make Widowmaker's charge time comparable to that of the sniper in TF2. Just maybe not as long, because I know Overwatch is a much more fast-paced game than Team Fortress 2. At least most from what I've seen. But just make it longer so that she's an actual sniper. She has to sit and think about her shots instead of just spamming them off and just, bleh, whatever. I can fire a shot off. It doesn't matter because I'm going to get my charge back instantly. It's a bit ridiculous. Now, if you do that, I don't really think the other change needs to go into effect. But the other change that I propose for Widowmaker is that she have a little bit of damage fall off. Just a little bit. And only from a very long distance. So, like, so that she can't do freaking that. Because That's stupid. That's not even the longest distance that she can get a kill from. She can get kills from much, much farther. Oh, you can get over here. Look at that. Well, let's just go over here. And look at that. There's a robot way the frick over there. He's dead. You know, it's like... That's stupid. So, a little bit of damage fall off so that she can't do that. Because McCree sort of had the same problem when he was in the game, that he was a better sniper than Widowmaker when he was introduced. Now, I understand he's not a sniper, therefore, you know, they just couldn't have that, so they gave him a little bit of damage fall off. So he actually had to put himself in the line of danger. He actually had to get into the fight and actually fight. Widowmaker never has to do that. Widowmaker just has to stand back away from all danger and just win. That's it. That's all Widowmaker has to do. So if you give her a little bit of damage fall off, that means she actually has to get in a little bit of a medium range like Hanzo does and actually play. Because standing a million miles away, just completely still waiting for some jerk to pop around a corner with wall hacks on or whatever, that's not playing the game. That's just... It's just frustrating. So a little bit of damage fall off would actually give Widow some sort of incentive to get in the fight, put herself in the line of danger, make it a little bit more skill-based to play Widow. Now, of course, that doesn't fix the fact that she can just instantly kill people and stuff like that, and charge up, and just is so much better, like, is just a way better sniper than Hanzo. But, you know, it's something. Now, if these changes were implemented, I think... I guess to balance it out, to make sure that Widowmaker doesn't fall too far behind Hanzo, because I do want Widow to fall behind Hanzo, even though they're probably pretty even in current meta. I don't know. I don't pay attention to meta, because meta's stupid. That's something else entirely. I shouldn't have said that, because I don't have time to explain what I mean, but... I guess to balance things out just slightly to make Hanzo not way more powerful, because Hanzo has more utility as sort of a tank buster because of his scatter arrow. So maybe nerf Hanzo's scatter arrow. He's honestly needed the scatter arrow nerf for a long time. Just make it so the arrows don't do full damage. They do just as much damage as the regular arrows, so he can just do ridiculous amounts of damage. It's just dumb. He can, like, I've seen him one-shot a hog with, like, a lucky shot and a couple of the arrows landing in the head. It's ridiculous. I don't think they do full damage, actually, the scatter shots, but it's still a frickload of damage. So, nerf that a bit to make that less freaking annoying and BS. And then, longer charge rate and or a little bit of damage fall off. That's all I propose. So, there. I have said my part. You can now proceed to go into the comments and write your angry comment that basically just boils down to, I hate you, Derpo, get good, you scrub. So, that's it. I'm done. So, thank you all so much for watching this awful, horrific rant that I probably just rambled on and didn't really get any points across. Hope you all have a magnificent day. Derpo the Magnificent out.